Thank you to the judge and to my opponent for participating in this debate today. I'd like to start off by pointing out that my opponent provided no plan or time frame and were really just spewing out random arguments that had nothing to stand on, so they didn't have a plan. And so that's a little bit hard to argue against since they're not really providing much of an argument. But I'd like to start by providing a definition, since my opponent didn't provide any, from Merriam-Webster Dictionary: testing as a critical examination, observation, or evaluation. Now, my opponent was talking about animal testing being immoral and harmful to animals such as chimpanzees. I'd like to point out the Animal Welfare Act that provides for protection against animals that are similar to humans and really only excludes cold-blooded animals, rats, mice, and birds. However, I will agree that this law is not well enforced, and it should cover all animals, not just those that are similar to humans. And so I propose a strengthening of the law and an actual enforcement of the law, rather than just saying, hey, that's illegal, so just kind of comply if you want to. Because an outright ban of all animal testing would be detrimental to society. Animal testing has been absolutely vital in finding the cures for polio and leprosy. So those could both be knocked off the list of cures, and people would be dying all over the place because of these if it weren't for animal testing. Also, given the definition being any critical examination, observation, or evaluation, this also includes vets taking care of animals. They need to evaluate and test these animals to see if they're sick or if drugs will work on them, and so that's going to be out of the picture, so lose all vets. Police and military bomb-sniffing dogs, you need to evaluate them to see if they're qualified or capable of performing that job, so we could lose them. And even dogs that help disabled or blind people, they need to be evaluated to see if they're fit to serve. So all these animals will no longer be able to be used. And I recognize that we are exploiting these animals, but we're not harming them in any way, and many of them enjoy these jobs. And so, again, I propose that we make a law that covers all animals to be treated humanely, and that we enforce this very strictly, and that we don't just do an outright ban, getting rid of everything, because that's going to be nearly impossible to enforce, and it's going to get rid of so many of these animals that are helping society in such great beneficial ways. And I just think that my opponent has really nothing to stand on for trying to get rid of all of these animals. Many of these will probably even be just like sent out into the wild to fend for themselves, because there's not enough people to take care of them or anything, and so it's just going to be it's going to be detrimental for both society and all the animals that my opponent's trying to protect. And so I am in favor of the exploitation of these animals for our benefit, but in a safe, humane way in which all involved will be well treated and safe.